Welcome to the Network Build Grow podcast, the show where business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals share their stories, lessons learned, and powerful strategies for building relationships and growing their circle of influence. With Melissa Taylor, your host, each week we'll bring you actionable insights to help you build a better network and a better business. Let's dive in.
Well, hello. We are so glad that you guys are with us today on the Network Build Grow podcast. Welcome, Wayne and Kim.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. So I know that Wayne, actually, you've had the business for a long time, and Kim recently joined you in the past, 4 or 5 years, I'm not sure. Tell me a little bit about Wayne Coolidge Health Productions, and also Shield Maiden, I think, is a part of it. Is that correct?
That is correct. I'll talk a little bit about the Wayne Coolidge, and that's Wayne Coolidge Health Promotion, and Kim will talk a little bit about Shield Maiden. This business has actually been going since 1991, off and on, but I really put it together around 2011 in there, and that's when I came up with the Wayne Coolidge Health Promotion concept. And back then it was just personal training and also individual consulting. People had issues, and that's all it was, straight up consulting, health coaching, in essence, is what people understand.
Yeah. And then I know that you added the Shield Maiden concept not too long ago. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I'll start, and then Kim may jump in and explain a little bit about who it's for. But I was watching the Viking series, and I remembered that 75% of my clients since the mid-'80s have been women. And one of the hallmarks of the training was they got stronger and they lost body fat, et cetera. But they became very empowered. Their confidence rose up. So when I started watching the Viking series and got an idea about the Shield Maiden concept, about Scandinavian women who fought alongside men, and they were healthy, fit, and fearless. And then Kim being my first real Shield Maiden client. At the time, she didn't know it. She was actually a case study, a year. She did pretty much everything I asked. And these are the results. And we have the proof on the website and stuff. But let Kim talk a little bit about Shield Maiden Life, what it means to her, and how we plan on bringing it into the future.
Yes. Yes. Like he said, I didn't know I was a first case study. I was over 200 pounds and very unhealthy. And so through this program, I lost the 70 pounds of fat. And like he said, it is really a program to where, as a woman in midlife, I became healthier, but I became confident. And really my life balanced out, and I really could see, I have a passion. Now, I know what I want to do as my second career. So, I had the children were out of the home, and so this is what I'm really excited about sharing with other women, is to find that confidence in this program, and just to share it.
Yeah. Okay. That's wonderful. So all of it's under the umbrella of Wayne Coolidge Health Promotion, but it is a specific program inside of that.
Yeah, it is. We have our WCHP membership. Remember that our company has merged or changed into an online membership community, so that we can help hopefully thousands of people, not hundreds, a year. And by doing that, we wanted to make it available to many women who just want to get in there and have access to a video library, to a lot of my writings, research papers are all posted, that sort of thing, the 2 books, etc. And we wanted to keep track of that Shield Maiden concept, because we were working on that originally, and then we went to the idea of the membership, and then we said we can't leave out the ladies who want to be healthy, fit, and fearless. So we actually kind of brought that in almost as an equal, but it is an add-on membership too. The typical WCHP membership.
That makes sense.
Community. We'll call it. It's a community.
Yeah. That's wonderful. It's a community. That's wonderful. I love it. So now tell me a little bit about how networking has been a part of your business growth, as far as the workings of your business and, kind of the direction that it has taken, as well as business growth from actually finding clients or strategic partners to help you with your growth?
Okay, what I can say is I had been in the past very active in networking, and we have been in such an incredible building phase, like the old hockey stick, we're just going straight up. And we still haven't really got into the meat of that. We're prepared. We have everything set up with the writings and researches and videos, et cetera, but we haven't really gotten back into it yet. But we know it works, and that's the reason why we're in Network Build Grow. I've seen the results. So we're getting ready to take off.
Yeah, it's so funny that you say that you're not there yet, because I've known you for years and I know you through networking. So, I think, but you did take a step back when you kind of started to realign or not reinvent your business, but you kind of you were switching it to the membership group.
Our bread and butter has always been training, and I could move to Toledo and I could find people. So in with the economy the way it is and money, you just have to sort of keep that income coming. But we really want to just wipe it clean and go for the big membership.
Yeah. So let's talk first about your other company when you were doing the personal training and the health coaching. How did networking play a part in that piece of the business before you moved into this membership?
It was very different then. Really, when I made all of my connections, I mean, literally thousands of clients, there was no internet. We didn't have a website. We didn't do any of the traditional. Well, we do actually do the traditional, because it was all one-on-one personal networking. I was a member of a business group in Charlotte. It was all word of mouth. It was do the work, give the people what they're looking for, give them the results. And I was all word of mouth, and I could have worked 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. I kept upping my prices. I was $75 an hour in 1995, increased them, and I got busier. And that wasn't the intent. But anyway, so it was all about interpersonal relationships, provide a service that people need, great job with that service, follow up, make sure they're happy, stay in touch, and then they're going to tell their people. And that's how it worked for me. So it's a little different nowadays for me with the new ways that you market.
Yeah, there's lots of new ways to market, that's for sure. It's interesting that you're kind of relating, we have different perspectives on networking, and everybody has their different shtick, so to speak. And you're really relating networking to reputation, which I find really refreshing. You're saying that if you build a good reputation with your clientele and with the people that your network, then it brings in those referrals. And so networking, your reputation is a piece of your networking.
Well, it's very important. In fact, I would train trainers. They would come into my business. I'd hire them, and then they would leave. And people would say, "Aren't you upset with them for leaving?" I gave them my blessings. I'll say, "I'll actually send you clients," because they would go out and tell people, "I'm trained by Wayne. I'm proud of that, and I have these credentials." And they never had anything bad to say about me. It was never worth getting upset when that happened. So just take care of everybody: employees, clients, people you work for. Look good.
And that's networking, because we say it all the time on this show. Networking is relationship building, no matter what that looks like. So now that you've got your community and you've revamped your business, so you have the community and you have the Shield Maiden Life community as well. You have these different things. Now you're going to start getting back out there and letting people know about these programs, and you're going to do a little networking, kind of the traditional networking event kind of scene. What is your expectation, or what are you kind of looking forward to in that space?
Well, I'm looking forward to reestablishing some old relationships with some of the NBG people I met and hadn't seen in a while, but also meeting new people. And if what you do is worthwhile, then you should be able to talk about it with ease, and people should be at ease listening to you. So I'm looking forward to just getting back out there and just rolling up my sleeves and getting out there with the people again. And it works. I mean, I've done it in the past, and just have to do it again.
Have to do it again. How about you, Kim?
The same thing. I'm really looking forward to getting out and speaking with women. That is what makes me happy. It is my passion to see, is there anything that I can say or share that will help them. So, and I love being a part of Network Build Grow. I am newer to the networking, so hopefully, and I am, learning how this process works the right way,
And
to help
speaking,
people.
we both, as you may have heard, Kim told you about how she wouldn't even say her name in front of a group. Well, we even talked about doing your speakers course next year. So she's planning on that.
I am planning on your speakers course. Look forward to that.
Oh, good. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
That's great.
That'd be another big piece of our networking, getting out there is on stage and getting in front of seminars, whatnot.
Yeah, and that is another form of networking. I mean, people get this tunnel vision of what networking is, and networking is just relationship building, and you can build relationships from the stage, and that's where the relationship can start. I remember when Kim first came to her first event with you, I don't think she said 2 words to anybody in the room. And she's doing much better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So what is the legacy that you two want to leave with Wayne Coolidge Health Promotion and Shield Maiden Life?
Well, one thing I always believed in is that when it comes to like working with people, getting stronger, when it comes to losing body fat, people who have had goals and repeatedly failed time after time after time, there really isn't anyone out there who's figured it out any better than we have in terms of putting the science and the motivation and all the pieces together. And that's not just about fat loss, but it's just about any goal. So our legacy, I'm speaking for her now, but
yes.
my thought is that we want people to know that they said what they could do, they did what they said they could do, we did it, and we have met our body composition or whatever goals we have for the first time. And they can, and once you learn it this way, once you learn the process, whether it be diet, nutrition, training, anything like that, it doesn't change. I mean, the dynamics of metabolism are going to be the same in 10 years. There are a few things here and there. We'll take care of that. We'll fill you in. But we want our legacy to be, we trusted them, and it was the best thing we ever did for our health.
If you network for your business, you already know. Follow-up is everything when it comes to growing relationships and driving success. But here's the thing. Most of us want to follow up well. We just get stuck. Staying consistent, keeping it personal, making it stand out, it's hard. That's why I use NetEffect.io. It makes follow-up simple, cuts through all the noise, and helps me stay on top of every relationship without dropping the ball. I never miss a follow-up, and honestly, my network wouldn't be the same without it. So check it out, NetEffect.io. And right now, you can use promo code NBG50 for 50% off of your first month. NetEffect.io, your secret weapon to unforgettable follow-up.
So let's do a little rapid fire work on some networking concepts. Let's talk about networking events now, not the networking as a reputation or the networking from a stage, but networking events. So like when you go to an event, chamber event, a Network Build to Grow event, a National Association of Women Business Owners event, a place where people are networking. What is one thing that you really look for to get out of the event while you're there or for the day?
Yeah, I will just say meeting with like-minded people and relationships of people, cohort types, colleague types, but also the people who are in need of what we can offer.
Okay.
Anything to add?
Kim?
Yeah, I've really just started finding, it's really enjoyable finding people that are in even my same industry, and really networking with them, and they're not a competitor, but we are like-minded and find really how we can even help each other. So I've enjoyed that.
Yeah, I love finding industry peers that also have a mind of abundance, so you can learn from each other, and even, like you said, even do collaborations possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what is a mistake that you think a lot of networkers make?
Like the same mistake that I make right now is that even when you do meet good people, it's in the follow-up. And they say the fortune is in the follow-up, and I have not been good at that. I haven't treated my leads like the gold that they are, but part of me is saying, well, I don't have any real place for them to go right now. I don't want them in there right now. So that's it. Really, it's just handling leads like gold. People you meet.
Yeah. Okay. Kim, anything to add to that?
I think that when I first started networking, I needed to learn not to sell, like what could I do, but really to listen more, just really learn what, and know that we're going to meet again.
Right.
Once I get to know them and they know me, and if it happens to work out that I can help them or they can help me, we'll work together. But just to sit back and get to know the people.
Yeah, you said the exact right thing there. Like, you hit the nail on the head when you said, I'm going to see him again. Like, a lot of people forget that. They're like, if you're in a networking group, you're going to see these people again. You don't have to tell them all the things in the first time that you see them and like overwhelm them with information.
Right.
So with that said, like, when you think about the groups that you go to, do you look for what things do you look for in a group, or how many times do you go to a group to see if it's going to be a good fit for you?
Well, some groups we know going in, and like a BNI group across the lake from us over in like Denver area, we know we won't be a member there. But it's also good to have exposure and be honest with them. They know you're not going to join, but we're meeting new people. So I just think that it's just a good idea just to go out and see as many people as you can. The expectation may be you're there looking for clients. If it's a very specific meeting of people who have had certain issues, and you know that up front. And I think this relates back to my mistakes. I am very apt to start giving too much information, saying too much, too quick. And I just do that. I get excited. And I got to rein myself in sometimes and say, just shut up and get them interested. Let them know that you know what you're talking about, but back off. So,
yeah, because you can overwhelm them to the point where they just can't, that paralyzes them.
I think I do
Too much
that.
information. Hey, I'm speaking to the choir here. I do that all the time. You guys have been on the receiving end of that sometimes, where I give a fire hose of information and then people are like, oh, wait a minute. It's just too much information all at once. So I get that. How about you, Kim? Anything you want to add to that?
No, not really. I think
that covers it. He talks too much. We're good.
There you go. And there you have it.
Okay, wonderful. So speaking about value that you add and maybe sometimes going a little too far, or how do we know where the line is? Like, when somebody is asking you questions because they're intrigued, like, how do you know how far to go before you start to think, well, maybe we should stop doing this here at this networking thing and maybe have a one-on-one or have a consultation? How do you figure that out?
Yeah, I think that's one thing I'm good at. Being a teacher for as long as I am, you can really tell whether they're engaged, but also being an owner, business owner, or a horse trader from the old days, come from a long family line of horse traders, and I've raised a ton of them. You get to a certain point, you got to hold some back too. You can give them all the information they're interested, but if you tell them everything up front, then they don't need your services. I got to learn that too, because I would like to educate people to the full extent as long as they're interested. I'm talking, but I need to pull that back a little bit.
Yeah. So you're still working on figuring out that line.
Yeah. I know the engagement part. I know when they're engaged. I know when they're, before their eyes glaze over, I know when they're about to. We'll put it that
way. Gotcha.
But, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. So when you think about networking, do you go for quantity, like meet as many people as you possibly can? Or do you go for the quality and really making sure that you're finding the people in your wheelhouse that you think you can really connect with?
You want to answer that one first?
Okay.
Give you our chance.
I usually, it's quality for me. I look for that like-minded individual. So it's not been about the numbers for me at this point, but I'm still just learning from. I'm just always amazed at how many talented people are at some of these groups. So I'm taking in, so
that's wonderful. Yeah. I agree with you, by the way. I think quantity trumps quality. I'm sorry, quality trumps quantity every day of the week. Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I'm a quality thinking person, but I will admit another one of my issues is like at the speech that you gave that last time you saw Kim and I, there were a lot of people there that I really like that I know already. And I spend so much time talking to people that I enjoy being around and thinking, wait a minute, this is an opportunity. This is a network time. And I do squander some time because I enjoy the people so much. So I have to focus on quality after that because I do spend too much time talking to my friends who I don't see often enough.
Yeah, we do find that sometimes when you get to an event, I start to see these little bunch of groups kind of form. And so I go and I tear them up. I'm like, okay, you people know each other. So go meet the guests that are here, go meet the people that are here for the first time. And you are right on that. You do have to make sure that if you do, you don't just stay in your own hen house, so to speak.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to make sure you do that. Well, this has been great. One last question for you guys, because you mentioned it, Wayne, that follow-up is a weakness sometimes of yours. So what is your plan for your follow-up as you start going out there again?
Well, one thing we're going to discuss, perhaps getting some help. Rogers, I know, has an excellent product out there.
Net effect. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll be looking in. Yeah, net effect. We'll be looking into that. But it just takes discipline.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it should be like doing the dishes after you eat, and not leaving them for a week in the sink. You just got to take care of it.
That is a great analogy.
Well, a week is way too long.
Yeah.
Overnight maybe.
Yeah, overnight maybe, but it is true. We always tell people 24 to 36 hours. If they haven't heard from you, they have forgotten you.
Yeah.
So
And it's just been front of mind because it's an excuse more than anything now because we're just learning new things. Even trying to set up for the podcast took us half a day and we didn't get it the way we wanted it. So we're just in a place in our business where we just get strung out, but we have to start networking and taking care of that network that we build.
Yeah, that's great. How about you, Kim? Any last final thoughts?
No, not really. I will be following suit with him and going in with some good tools and having a good year and looking forward to, meeting new people and really just helping women from, my perspective to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for the direction of the business. I'm excited for the communities that you're creating. Yeah. And I look forward to seeing where it goes. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Melissa.
We'll see you soon.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Network Build Grow podcast. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow entrepreneur or professional. And of course, if you're not yet part of our community, visit networkbuildgrow.com to connect with us. Until next time, keep building and keep growing.